Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of Rabbit Trails. This is the second
Welcome back to the
Winky Squid.
Wait, what's the Winky Squid, Dad?
It's actually a talk show. It just came out last week.
Go
You're
watch
right,
it,
go
guys.
watch
It's
it.
great.
It's
great.
fantastic. I really
We talk about settlers and
and we celebrate my favorite holiday.
yes.
Yeah.
Also hurdles.
Enjoy the podcast.
Also, yes, this is a podcast. You probably, if you haven't already watched the talk show, go watch it and then watch. Well, I mean, just give us your watch time.
All right.
Either way.
Anyways,
Enjoy.
Enjoy the episode. One time I saw this picture and there was a bunny and a trail.
Get rabbit trail.
Rabbit
kid.
trail, son.
I think it'd be really funny if we just restarted all our bits though, like the transitions bit.
Dad,
we go back to
Benaiah.
what it originally was.
Benaiah,
What's up?
what's a bit?
See, this is what I'm talking about. We
that one
restart
right
all the
there.
bits.
I love that one. That's
It's a
like
new
my
podcast.
favorite.
It's the same bits, but they're just reborn.
Reborn into
And we
a
get to
hideous-
morph them all the way through years of.
Our 3 loyal listeners are just like, oh, come on, man.
You're like, not again.
We
We have to
already just
listen to
suffered
this
through
crap.
this.
What if we come
It's
up
all
with
just
new
our
bits?
moms.
What?
What?
Huh?
A new
What are
bit?
new bits?
Sorry, I misspoke. I meant the same ones.
Isaac Newbit.
Isaac Newbit.
He invented gravity.
Isaac Newbit. Yeah, he was walking and a
Bending that
rabbit
out.
fell out of the tree onto his head.
And that's why this podcast is called Rabbit Trails.
What if we call it Jackalope Trails instead?
Why would we call it that?
We've
Cause-
already committed.
Guys, did you know that Jonah's dad shot a jackalope once?
Did he?
It's actually like, I think he still has it.
Jackalope? Is that the one hanging in their house?
Yeah.
The jackalope? Yeah.
Yeah, they
I've seen
actually
that one. Yep.
shot one on one of their hunting trips. They're real.
Jackalopes.
That's crazy, but I thought you were saying jack-o'-lantern. I don't.
No, jackalope is
I
jackalopes.
John is
the
past
little
Halloween.
bunnies with the
With the
with the
antlers.
antlers. Yeah, jackalope.
yeah, like the
Obviously,
one
they
from Wallace
run
and Gromit.
wild in eastern Montana.
They do.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah, it's
everywhere.
crazy.
Yeah, like the one from Wallace and Gromit. Who
People
was
are
really
like,
big.
that's
and
not a jackalope.
No,
That's
the
a-
one from
that's
the
a
Disney
were-rabbit.
Pixar short before The Incredibles.
that was a good one, dude.
It
I
was.
like that short.
John, the one
I
from
don't-
Wallace and Gromit is a were-rabbit.
But it had horns.
No, it did not.
I've never seen that sucker.
It did not
Have
have
you
Wallace and
horns.
Gromit.
It didn't
You-
have
you've
horns.
never seen
You're
any
sassy
Wallace and
about
Gromit?
this.
It
Oh
didn't
no,
have
I hate,
horns.
I hate the animating style threw me off. I didn't like it.
It's not
Really?
animated. It's
I love me
claymation.
some Wallace
I
and
know,
Yeah,
it's
it's
Gromit.
claymation.
dumb.
Wallace and Gromit is like the only claymation I enjoy.
Same. Like I can't watch. Okay, and Shaun the Sheep.
That's
But
Oh,
it's the
yeah.
same
It's made by the
universe.
same people.
Yeah,
so.
it's the same thing.
Same people, same universe.
But like, I can't stand like Tim Burton claymations. I don't like those.
You don't like
They're
Nightmare Before
gross.
Christmas?
No, not really. They're just
Yeah.
boring to me.
A Nightmare Before Christmas was like. I don't think it could have been done any other way besides claymation
No,
because it wouldn't have
but
been good.
Was it real
it wasn't
claymation? Like full on, or was it like Lego movie stop motion type stuff?
I like the Lego movie.
I liked it
I
too.
like the
It,
Lego
but it was,
movie.
it was like CGI stop motion.
Did they build some of the sets?
I think so.
It was really good CGI then.
It was.
I-
Lego,
At
Lego
the
movie
end,
killed it.
Where what's his name came
Will
out?
Ferrell?
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, Will Ferrell came out. Didn't they see like in the kid's basement? It was all the real sets were there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they
It's
built the whole
Dad's
thing.
basement.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
Yeah, that
That
was
was a good movie. I
that was what
enjoyed
threw
that
me off
movie.
when I first watched it. I was like, that's what made me not like the Lego movie. And then I was like, oh, I understand now that this is all in the kid's imagination.
The second one was
Oh!
definitely not as good.
I haven't seen it.
I
so.
like the second
It's
one.
okay. It's good, but it's not as good.
So on its own, would it be a good movie? You would be like, that's an okay movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't think as highly of it as the Lego movie, but yeah, it is.
Yeah, and the Lego Batman movie's good.
I've never seen that
I
one.
haven't seen that one either. Same
That was
universe?
supposed to be the original sequel to the Lego movie, and then people were like, "This is a terrible sequel," so then they made an actual. one.
It's a good standalone movie.
Yeah,
The Ninjago movie's good.
I haven't seen the Ninjago
Mm.
movie. I watched all of the Ninjago series until it ended the first time.
Yeah, with the snakes.
Yeah, with the end of the snakes, where Lord Garmadon turned into a normal person, and
Yeah, this is
All
why it's
that
called
stuff.
Rabbit Trails.
I never really got into.
and then after
Ninjago.
that, I was like, "Yeah, this sucks. They don't need to continue anymore." And then I stopped watching it.
It's still
They're
going.
still making them, yeah.
Are they really?
My
Yep.
siblings love them.
Dude, I remember when the original. I remember sitting in the hospital room with Saya on the hospital bed watching the.
Did you just give
original
birth or
Ninjago.
something?
What happened to
No,
Josiah?
he was dying. He
But
likes,
then he saw Ninjago
he
and he
gets
came back to life.
just
He was
like,
like,
sometimes
life is still worth living.
if Saya gets super dehydrated,
Or eats a Lego.
no, like when he gets dehydrated, he can't drink water because he'll just throw it back up, so he can't rehydrate. So he ends
So
up having
he
to
just dies.
no, he goes,
Gone.
he goes to the hospital and has to get an IV to regenerate, and then that's what happens.
That's
Don't
a that's
regen.
a glitch that needs to be fixed.
It's happened.
It's like when you
twice
get too hungry that
Um,
you can't lift your arm like food to your mouth.
now, right?
I'm gonna have to
Fall
take that up
over
with the
on the
developers.
But yeah, anyways, I was in the hospital watching Ninjago with him. It was the first episode where they discovered the what is their boat called? The
ship.
Dawn Treader.
Honestly, that's what I was thinking.
That's
of.
what I
was like,
think too.
that ain't
It's
it.
the what is it?
I have no idea.
The Voyage of the Dawn.
The Revenge.
Yeah, it's not that.
No, it's the
I have it. It doesn't matter what the
no,
name
I have
is.
it too, but I used to have the ultrasonic Raider too.
That was a good. I do have that
thing
one.
was
yeah.
cool. I just dismantled it. I had it.
If they don't
Still
know
have
what
it, but-
Ninjago is, I mean, they probably don't. This is very boring.
My favorite part about the ultrasonic Raider is it came with all 4 of the ninjas,
Yeah, it was great.
and it came with all their weapons and an extra gold sword.
Oh,
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, it's a Lego set, and it came with.
it's an
the
original
4
Lego
characters.
series.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
great
great.
because I could never find Cole in any other sets.
I couldn't find Zane.
Really, Zane? I had
Or
like
no,
I
it
have
was
I have an
Kai.
OG Zane.
I
I have
couldn't
an
find
I have
Kai.
an OG
2012.
of all 4, and then I have the next
Dragon
one.
one, whatever the frick.
I don't have the dragon ones, but I have the OGs and then the ones right after
I have a
that.
bad memory of one of the dragon ones.
The one I got shoved up saying.
yeah,
What?
yeah, that one.
Well, so
Can you expand?
No.
no,
Isaac,
I'd rather not.
Isaac,
That's why I
shut
said a
up. I
bad
wanna
memory
hear
instead of
this.
I want
explaining
to
it.
hear
John,
John.
no,
I want to
I'm
hear
not-
more
I'm
about
not
tell
Sam's
the
explaining
story
it.
of what happened. Tell the
no.
story.
What did
why
that
you
Lego
put it up there.
experience?
I'm not telling anybody.
We gotta get Sam back on so he can tell us.
Well, the only reason I remember that's what happened is because one time you guys left it at the house, and so I was like, "Oh, this is the Lego Sam
Don't
shoved up
touch
his
it.
butthole."
I do remember hearing about this a long time ago.
Yeah.
That sounds like an interesting story.
That's why we call him Prison Wallet.
Yeah, that's why we call him.
Wasn't he trying to hide it or something, and he couldn't
I-
find
I
a
don't wanna
spot? So he
about
came
this
down to
story.
find it, and he just shoved it up his butt.
Put it in your pants.
How did,
What goes through
how did you end up finding
mind?
it?
How old was Sam when this happened?
I don't know.
Like
Did
it was
did
like
he
last
eventually
week.
was just like,
This
oh
is
yeah, it
last
was in my
week.
butt the whole time. Here you go.
I was like, I don't want it back. What do you do? No. He's like, I washed it. I don't care.
You still have that
Legos
Lego
have
figure?
so many crevices. in
Yeah,
them.
I have that
Oh,
still.
Yeah.
I'll bring
It's
it
like
on
in
the
a
taco
case.
next time. I'll put it as a
We
little
should-
memento
if
on
we
the.
ever
Put it
get-
in one of those little plastic.
What exactly
display
is it?
cases.
It's
a
Lego
Lego figure.
Cole.
It's a figure.
It's a
Is it
mini
Cole or
figure.
is it Zane?
It's Cole.
Lego
It's Cole,
Cole
okay.
on
Well, it
sale
looks
now.
like Cole now.
On sale now.
www.biscuitstudios.com.
We're taking
highest
bids.
bidder.
Highest bidder wins.
I thought it was Zane.
No, it was Cole.
Well, it used to- it
went
used to
in
be
Zane. And
Zane.
it came,
Is Cole black or something?
Cole
Zane,
is
Zane's
Cole,
the
he's
white
dark,
ninja,
he's black.
Zane's
Cole
the
is
white
black
ninja.
ninja.
Cole's the dirt ninja.
The Cole.
Yeah,
No,
like-
if we ever get like a real studio though, we should like have him in a little glass case, like in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Do not touch it.
Don't
Do not-
don't get away from that.
Get
It's like smell proof.
You shove a Lego figure up your butt.
I don't
Oh.
know, man.
Oh my god. I'm gonna reenact Sam right now. I'm sorry, Sam.
No, don't do it. Not on our microphones. How'd it go?
How did what go?
For demonstration purposes, I'm gonna use this mouse.
For those of you on
that's
Spotify,
a
he's
big
holding a
mouse.
mouse,
That's a big mouth.
like an animal, not like a computer mouse.
I'm kind of like done with this conversation, guys. I don't know what I have.
Got a
This is
good
Yeah, I could
Giggle
tell
out
you
of it,
didn't want to.
There's still more to it. I don't want to talk
There's a
about
lot to it.
it. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
What do you want to talk about?
I kind of want to talk about dehydrated Josiah.
Oh yeah, that's what we were
That-
talking about.
Get Josiah back on the show.
Whatever that ship is called. I was watching the episode where they
Revenge?
discover. No, it's not called The Revenge.
The Black Pearl.
Yeah, that one. I have a Lego Black Pearl.
Shut up.
It's
No,
so
you-
cool. I love
Oh,
that
yeah, you do.
ship. It's awesome.
But still, shut up.
And then I have the
Shut up.
castle from whatever that what was that series called?
like
it had all
kingdoms or whatever.
It had like the vampires and the.
Oh, that one was
Oh.
cool.
I had the castle from that.
Yeah,
like
you
the,
said
when
that,
it was
yeah.
like they had their little Halloween theme or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I wanted the ghost train so bad from that.
Yep,
And then
I
my
remember
friend
those
shoved it up
sets.
his butt.
The
But
whole
no, I
set.
have the I have the castle and it's still built in my closet.
Yeah, I see it every once in a while. I'm like,
Yeah.
look what's here, and then it's.
Well,
It's
I,
like
the,
it's
the,
got a
the
little bit
thing
more
that-
dust
The
on it
reason why
this
the
time.
castle was so cool is because it had all 6 of those crystals.
Yeah, because it had them all in a little.
Yeah, and you'd push it and they'd all spread out and it would like make a sun and then like it was crazy.
Yeah.
And it would make it dark forever. Okay, so what were those Lego magazines called?
Lego Club.
Lego Club, the ones that
I had them for like 6 years.
What was the ones? Was that what they were called? The ones we got?
No, we got the catalog with all the.
With like all the sets coming out and
the
whatnot.
sets coming out and the price.
And it would tell you
That
all
was
sorts of
so
s-
much better.
I loved those.
'Cause
Those were so fun.
The Lego, like the subscription one that you would get, the normal one for kids, it was just like comics and like news
Yeah, it'd be
and
like
whatever.
comics, and it would show like new sets. And
I'm sure they.
I remember the very first Lego magazine I got had the first Ninjago set on the cover.
Yeah, but like we got ones that were like the catalog. You could see all
Yep.
the price. It was really
So
Yeah.
Those
basically,
ones
for
were sick.
you boomers out there, this is like Nintendo
This is the peak of
Power.
our
for
This
us.
is
generation.
for Zoomers, okay? I think Boomers would understand more.
Well,
It's a
that's why this
magazine
is like
or a
what
catalog.
they had.
Zoomers
Nintendo
don't know.
Power. We had this
They had what?
Nintendo Power.
I thought you.
It was a magazine, and it told you all about the games, and like it had walkthroughs and stuff for the games, and like
Oh.
all sorts of stuff for the old Nintendo games.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But anyways, what were the magazines called though?
The catalog, something like that.
The,
whatever.
cat-
They
the,
were
the
so
magazine
cool
was
though,
called
'cause
the
it had-
Lego Club magazine.
I loved those things.
No, there were two of them. There was the Lego Club magazine, and then the one that was the catalog.
Yeah, and
was
it
the
told you what
price.
was
Okay,
coming
yeah.
out. I don't know. I liked. Did you ever have highlights when you were really little?
Like
Like
highlighters.
in my hair.
No, like those magazines, the books that would come
Is that how
in the
you
mail.
get? Is that how you
The
get highlights? You get a
and you'd
highlighter and run it
find,
through your hair.
Yeah.
And you had to find like stuff that wasn't matching, or like you'd go through the book and it had all these like games in the book.
Yeah, like the kid magazines.
Yeah, when you were
Those
really
the
little, the
best.
highlights.
Those were the
Yeah,
best.
those were great.
I actually had a dentist appointment today.
That's what I
At
was
the
thinking.
dentist office, that's what they had, and
Did
you'd
they
go
sell-
through, and you weren't supposed to write them, but I brought crayons. or
Yeah,
whatever.
same.
Like
'Cause
today,
they're-
you brought crayons.
No, no. Today
You're like,
I-
let's do this, baby.
No, not today.
I'm waiting 6 months for this.
Did you squirt that guy when you came in?
No, I got scared.
Aw.
Matt on his
Does that thing
Snapchat story
suck
today, he
and
threatens
spit?
to
What?
squirt the
thing, like,
dentist with
you-
the water thing.
What do the two different buttons do? On it?
One button is water, and the other button is air.
Mhm, He like sucks it up.
Does it suck it up? Or
I
does
played
it
with
blow?
all like the utensils too for like cleaning.
Because you
It was
just
taking
clean your own teeth.
forever. I was sitting
Where
there for
was
probably
he?
10 minutes.
Dang.
He was with the guy next door. The next curtain over, whatever the frick it
He
is.
closes the curtain. He
What
thinks it's
dentist
soundproof.
office are you going to?
The one next to the high school.
One next to the
Garson.
high school. Ugh. Oh, that one.
Yeah.
The orthodontist?
No, it's a dentist.
Well,
He works on
slash
teeth.
orthodontist.
He works on teeth. I
I
remember
don't
one
know.
time I had to wait like an hour for the dentist. I was like in my chair, and then someone came in with like an emergency, and I think I was kind of just left there hanging for
You just said,
a
oh
while.
no, Benaiah, he's inside.
They're like, oh, someone's got an emergency. Hold on tight, kid.
What was it for, though? What were you in the dentist for? to
Just
clean?
like a
Cleaning?
normal checkup, and then someone like their mouth exploded, I guess, or something, and they needed the dentist to look at them, and it's like, oh,
Dude, mouths don't
Okay.
just explode spontaneously.
Well, when you
dude,
need a
I don't know what
grenade.
happened.
Someone has to make them explode.
Someone threw a stick of dynamite
It
in
was
someone's
malicious intent. You are lucky to witness the healing
mouth. I
process.
wish I could have witnessed it. I was in the other room.
You were there. You sacrificed your time.
I didn't even have like a TV or anything. I just had to
Aw.
sit there.
You like left the thing in your mouth. It's like
Some people, I don't understand when people are like terrified of the dentist. I'm like, it's not that bad.
I don't
the
like it
smell.
though. The
I used
smell
to
is
hate the
awful.
dentist, and it smelled the same for years. Today I was in there, I was like, this smell is what makes me nervous. Because I wasn't nervous at all
100%.
until I got there, and I was like, frick, that smell. Because
Huh.
smell is so important
It
to
makes
me.
your teeth feel weird.
Did you have teeth surgery when you were young?
No, I just got cavities. Actually, today, they usually tell you, hey, you need to floss more.
Yeah.
Floss your teeth and brush your teeth.
they were like, you're past the point of no return.
No, he didn't say anything.
Really?
He
Nice.
just gave you a disapproving
Dude, the
look.
last time I flossed was a year ago when I had a checkup.
I don't floss. They never tell me to brush more, but they're always like, when was the last time you flossed? And I go, I don't know. And
They
they go,
didn't
you
ask me
should
that.
floss more.
You're like,
didn't
dude,
ask
you
me
were
that.
there.
They didn't ask me that.
Yeah.
All he said was, "Hey, your wisdom teeth are coming in. You'll probably have room for them, but make sure you're brushing back there. Make sure they don't get infected."
That's what they tell me. They're like, make sure you brush back there where your wisdom teeth will come in. You'll be fine.
And I was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna floss because you didn't tell me to."
I remember my best day ever at the dentist was the time I got 4 toys because I got 4 cavities.
I never had cavities.
I had one small one, and it sucked because it was
I
like
had
white,
so many when I was little.
Yeah, same.
soft teeth.
I had never had cavities. Not even on my baby teeth. I didn't have cavities.
Your
the
baby teeth,
only
if you have cavities, you just
I think I
knock
only
them out
had them
with
in
a
my
hammer.
baby teeth.
They went in a couple years ago and they put like a coating or whatever on top of my molars to keep them-
Fluoride.
Was
The
it is that-
sealant stuff.
Yeah, it's like this
because
white
if you have
sealant.
if you have really deep holes in your teeth,
Yeah,
or deep
like when you
divots.
have deep. Yeah,
I got
so
that too.
They put the white filler on it.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah.
The frick.
They're like, we'll just put this in here so nothing gets stuck in there.
Yeah, because it's like really deep holes and then they get really small at the bottom, so stuff gets stuck.
Yeah, and then if it like certain things get in there, you get
Here's a question
cavities.
for you: why do we have to have separate teeth? Why can't like your adult teeth just grow in as like a log?
Why can't it just be one?
Because then like crap doesn't get in there, and
Then you
it's
don't
like
have
a
to floss.
big old tooth.
Just one tooth.
I think that would
Like,
have
yeah, it'd
issues.
look
I
a
think.
little
Then
bit
it'd be called a
weird.
toothbrush for a
Well,
reason.
no, if that was normal, it wouldn't look weird at all.
It would still be 2 teeth though.
You'd still.
Well,
You don't
yeah,
know
a
that.
top and a bottom tooth.
There's
It'd be
gotta
all
be a reason
connected.
it's not like that.
Well, I think God has teeth.
Well, I think he does too, but like,
Are you sure?
No.
I don't.
Why the freak would God have teeth?
God
Why
is,
not?
He doesn't
he's
eat.
not a-
Okay, I guess I can't say anything for sure.
Jesus-
Exactly that.
Jesus
Exactly.
had teeth.
Yeah,
well, that's
Jesus,
'cause
Jesus
is-
had
he's a
teeth.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're made in the image of God, and we have teeth.
Okay,
so
yeah, but
we
we also
also
have-
he has toes and like bunions and crap.
yeah, but like
Well, yeah, we don't get born with bugs.
we're not. Those are part of the fall, dude.
He also doesn't have
Teeth
a
aren't
wiener.
part of the fall, so I'm pretty sure he has teeth.
He d-
We doesn't mean we're like mirror images.
Well, before the fall, we almost were.
Man,
You don't know that.
I don't know.
It's-
We just grew toe. We just like split. Toes are
should,
good.
like-
They're for balance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
lose
know.
like a pinky toe, you'd fall
Freaked
over.
out.
Well, why does God need to balance? He can just do
God
God
can do literally
stuff.
whatever he wants. He
Yeah.
doesn't need teeth.
Yeah. Well, why? Then why does he have an image at all? Why can't he just be like a being?
Yeah, why isn't he?
You don't know that.
You don't know either.
You can't. We're the image of him though.
Guys, we'll just ask him eventually.
Fine.
When I die,
Hey
years
God, why
before
don't we
all
We're
have
gonna
these
show him this
2 teeth
episode.
instead of- Why do we have like 30 something?
I guess that means that like there'd have to be like a 4-month period where you'd lose all your baby teeth to wait for like your top tooth
Just
to
like
come in.
No, the big log would just push your teeth out. They
It's
all
like-
fall out at once.
Well, would you just have one
That would
baby
suck
tooth
if they
then?
all grew in
Yeah.
at once.
No, you'd have Matt.
just
maybe
hard
just
gums.
born with a
Just
log.
hard gums.
Maybe it's the way maybe I was like, well, they need
Yeah.
to chew,
You just-
so I'm just gonna have them fall out one at a time so they can still eat. I think
That's how it works.
That makes sense. I don't think. Okay. never
I
mind.
feel like your
I
teeth
answered
could
my own
just
question.
get like.
They're made like this, so when they fall out,
We
you
made
can
a-
still
I
eat
made
You
a
just
full
have like
circle.
4 months where all you can do is like eat ice cream and like.
That
You
wouldn't
could
have
just
worked.
go
That
very
Oh,
well.
happens when
jeez.
you're 20 too.
just
It just
gumming on some like.
Sorry, I'm waiting for my tooth to grow in.
Yeah, you just show up at work one day and you just look like
Sorry,
that.
I'm waiting for my tooth.
Like,
to
oh,
go
his
in.
tooth fell out.
Oh man, I can't eat.
Jensen's
Any
tooth
happens to
fell
the best
out.
of us.
I think that freaking back in Bible times they wouldn't have been able to eat much if they didn't have a tooth. I think,
Well,
That's why
they
it
got
happens
I think
the
a lot
meth
more
heads,
people would have died.
and they're just gummy all the time. They already lost their tooth.
Who?
The meth heads.
Just have
And
like a
heroin
wall. And it's just
addicts.
like
well, I
holes
think it'd
in
be a
it.
lot harder to lose the one big tooth.
Well, it's a meth addict, dude.
I lost my tooth. It's just gone.
They just have the bottom tooth. They're like a big, massive underbite.
People just like steal. It just kind of like pops out. It's like a mouth guard, but just for your whole jaw.
we just
just,
have
like,
hard
all
gums.
Yeah, or your teeth just get hard when you want to eat food, and then they get
Like
soft, and then they're just like
Wait, you want-
they're like
it's like those mashed potatoes are turning me.
no, it's like
In terms of your teeth, you
Yeah.
you,
Yeah, you
You-
get your head out of the gutter.
you gutter
John.
boy.
no, you can turn them on with your
you
mind,
clown.
and then like they're you know those things in car washes where there's like the little hanging downy things,
Flappy brush.
flappy
things?
brushes. Yeah, they'll be like flappy brushes, and you just like put water in your mouth and gargle, and all the bad stuff would get off your teeth.
So basically,
What
your
if they
teeth
were
are retractable.
Every time you were done eating, they just retract up into your gums and clean themselves.
Well, they
It's like,
kind of are self-cleaning. That's why they're in your mouth.
That's
Well,
your
why
Clean
do we have
themselves
to
a little bit.
Why do we have to brush them still?
Well,
Oh,
it's
if
'cause
we
we
didn't have
walk.
so much freaking artificial crap and sugar,
is
we
very
wouldn't have
true.
to clean them.
Well, we'd still have to clean
Well,
them.
you wouldn't
because
have to
not
clean
as
them as
often.
much.
Yeah.
When you,
You
go
wouldn't
to
have to clean them
bed,
as well or as often.
I don't think cavities existed before freaking sugar.
No, they didn't. Have you ever? Because you can look that up. You could look at
Cavities throughout the years.
people before sugar. Their teeth were usually a lot healthier.
Yeah, Hitler had nice teeth.
Sugar came around in like 1400. Haven't you ever watched
how
History
do you
of the
know? How do
World?
we know they're not a lot nicer? There aren't pictures before.
No, but they
You can
can
see their
find
skeletons.
Show me the pictures before 1400.
There's skeletons,
Just like a
and
dude
they
with
can
like-
date the skeletons.
He's taking a selfie. It's like
With
drawing
his
himself in
perfect
the
teeth.
mirror. He's like, yeah, look, check out my perfect teeth here. That's what he did. Remember that one movie we saw? That was like a terrible movie.
The one you missed out on frisbee.
The one,
for?
yeah, the one we missed out on Frisbee for. That really awful
Oh
movie.
yes,
But
They had perfect teeth in
I
that
liked
movie.
a couple of the characters in that
yeah,
movie.
but that's not what I'm talking
Like
about.
the
They
green
took
guy.
a picture. She took a picture.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
it was like a dark room, and there was like film or something that she had made.
yeah. It was just an old. It would have been like an old way of making a picture, I guess.
Yeah, and then it was like a black room. Then she put light in it and made a picture, and so they could have done that. You don't know. Matt could be right. There could be pictures of good
Maybe.
teeth. Just
Maybe.
people like in the just in the light, and then it would be like a picture of their face, and then Matt
Yeah.
would be proven wrong. Suck it, Matt.
Dude, pictures still amaze me at the way they actually work, like film.
I'm sure they do.
I mean, it's just kind of mind-boggling. Who decided that film would do that if they exposed light to it really fast?
I think it's always been like that. We just didn't discover it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So God decided it.
Yes.
Well, seeing that
But film is a compound.
that,
You gotta make it.
this week is Thanksgiving, or the week this is coming out, we had a
Right.
little bit of a debate pre-recording of Thanksgiving or Christmas. You know, and with both those coming up and Thanksgiving in a few days,
I don't like this segue.
I don't like this segue either.
Did you know
Vinny.
that the
he
guy-
died. Did you know the man who was
Invented
the CEO of Segways?
He actually fell off a cliff while trying to get around somebody.
Fun
and a
fact.
dog. Fun fact. For
Is
those
that-
who
You guys should
didn't
just
know.
tell that story
Yeah,
every time
I
you
want
change
to no
the
no no.
topic.
I want
I
to
think
know
that's a
what
really
the
good idea.
actual solid story is of that.
Homeboy was on a Segway. He was the CEO. He didn't create Segways, but he was the CEO at
He
the
was
time.
trying to like avoid some kid or whatever.
Fun fact, he's no longer the CEO of Segway.
Former CEO.
Former CEO, and there was a dog and a person, as far as I know.
When was
to
this?
my knowledge. Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But it was when Segways were made, so probably
Wait.
before the 1400s.
Oh yeah.
And
Before.
Segways are like the one-wheel, like the two-wheeled things, right?
Yeah, with
Segways
the
are the
little
two
handle.
Those are
with the handle,
bicycles.
yeah.
Oh no,
It's a
the-
hoverboard with a handle.
The vertical ones.
a hoverboard's a Segway without a handle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
He looks like he really
And he
deep in
rode off
thought.
a cliff and died.
And he tried to go around somebody, and he slipped and fell, and the whole thing went off the edge.
Actually, what happened?
Yeah,
Yes.
What in the world?
look it up.
Imagine like that would suck so bad. That like those a couple seconds before he hits the ground, he's just like, man,
Just like, dude, really?
this is what my
The
life
segue of
came
all
to.
things. I'm gonna be some kind of bit on a
I
podcast
fell off
in
a
8
cliff
years.
on a Segway. What happened to my?
He was like arms crossed and brow furrowed. He was like, dang it, man. I should have just ran that dog over.
Should knock that dog
What
off
did,
the
what did
cliff.
the lady and the dog do when they saw him go off the
Yeah,
cliff?
idiot.
They were like, "Hey, that's the CEO of Segways. And he just fell off on a Segway."
Did you know that they started telling the
They
story
started a
of your dog?
podcast called Ravage.
Yeah.
I was
well,
the woman. John was the dog.
fair enough. Anyway.
But
You
yeah,
freaked up our pictures thing. Anyway, we like pictures. We'll talk about it later
We
on.
were talking about pictures, and then
Yeah, we
Benaiah
were.
went and sort of debate with. Chris.
Yeah, we'll take.
Yep,
we'll talk
I'm
about
just
pictures.
causing
Benaiah,
feuds and
Anyways,
we'll talk about pictures later, Isaac.
so there was
I
a
promise.
we had a okay, sounds good. We had a
Benaiah, you
debate
can-
before the podcast
Stole it from you.
whether Thanksgiving or Christmas was better. We didn't really finish it, so we might finish it here for you if we can actually get back into it, or we just
well,
won't. and we'll
I started the thing
segue
by
up to something
saying
completely different.
I started the thing by saying I enjoy Thanksgiving more than Christmas, mostly because there's just kind of less
Hullabaloo.
There's less stuff built around it. It's a lot more chill.
There's no Thanksgiving spirit.
Well, I don't feel the effects of the Christmas hustle bustle yet.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still chilling. Like, once I have, like, a family and, like, a lot of things to do, then, like, I'll maybe start feeling different. But right now, I can just chill. And I
Yeah.
can
Guess so,
do
yeah.
fun crap, and I don't have to worry about planning Thanksgiving, like, Christmas dinners and, like, presents for the whole family and all my kids and crap. Everything about it, except, like, the stuff I don't like is good.
What stuff do you not like?
There's a lot of people everywhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Hallmark.
Oh.
I don't enjoy Hallmark. I walked downstairs the other day and my sister was watching a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Oh no.
It was
No.
so bad.
What was it?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
It was. I'm pretty sure you can imagine the entire plot right now. It's a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was either Hallmark or one of those new Netflix Christmas movies that are just as bad.
Same thing.
The same thing, yeah. No, but the thing with Thanksgiving though is it is super chill. You know you got football on all day, which I like. Generally, if like we're the ones hosting it, family doesn't show up till noon, 2:00, whatever, and you kind of just chill. Better food than Christmas generally, I think. Although a lot of times it is a lot of the same food.
I feel like it's more about the food than Christmas
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Christmas, like the food is just there because it's Christmas, and like Thanksgiving, it's like you have to have Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah. And then also there's not a whole lot that beats, playing like a board game or card game with your family. You got football on in the background or whatever. Like those few hours, the post Thanksgiving, the post feast games and activities.
If I could think
Those
of
are
a
the best.
sound for Thanksgiving, I said this before podcast. If I could think of a sound for Thanksgiving, it would be like classical jazz,
For like good
Mm.
jazz. not
like
crappy
Charlie
jazz.
Brown jazz.
Yeah.
And Christmas, I think of just like straight up sleigh bells.
Yeah.
That's like, just, dang it, like
Well, like Isaac was saying before
Not
too.
Christmas
That's
bells.
The-
Not Christmas
the
bells.
Christmas-
Cowbells. They're cowbells.
Like that.
Like the
well,
Christmas spirit,
I'm not a girl.
though.
My voice doesn't go that high. I can go, dang it.
Matt, are you coming out with a Christmas album?
they're my band.
Sleigh bells.
Back up.
We're backup singers.
just throw sleigh bells on any song. And it's automatically
Santa
a
Claus, but
Christmas
he
song.
replaces
It is?
reindeer
Santa
with
Claus,
cows.
Mrs. Claus and the elf.
Yes.
For the Christmas episode of the talk show, we need to. He's Santa Claus and I'll be Mrs. Claus, and you can be an elf.
What does that make me?
An elf.
Oh, okay.
Or you can be.
You're
I'll
the
be
Grinch.
Rudolph.
Remember the
You're the
banana
Grinch.
skit?
The
Remember the
Grinch.
banana
I'd
skit?
be like, oh,
with
it's still
Santa Claus?
Thanksgiving.
What?
Remember the Blame Banana skit with Santa Claus?
Oh, that's
That's
right.
like my favorite part of that skit. And the elf comes up and he's like, does this mean we're done? And you're like, shut up, go downstairs.
Get the F downstairs.
What?
From the Blame
Claus is
Banana
just like
skit.
this
I don't
drunk,
remember
like,
that at all.
Yeah, because Christmas got canceled by COVID.
yeah, so Santa's just like this
I was shirtless
drunk,
upstairs. We filmed that. Back when we
drunk,
did the
hairy,
podcast up
shirtless guy. And then an elf comes up the stairs and says something. And
Am
you're
I
just like,
fired?
yeah. And you're like, get the frick downstairs.
We need to redo that skit eventually.
We do, because that was a good idea, very poorly executed.
Mm-hmm. That's our thing, dude.
Well, we're trying to change that.
Yeah, we're trying to. But until we do, it's still our
Starting
thing.
with the Winkies Quid Talk Show and Rabbit Trails.
Yeah. Well, and like topics on the show.
Matt, did you have a thing you wanted to talk about
Yeah,
first?
Matt.
Or
Yeah, I have a story.
I want to hear the story because
Okay.
you
Story,
teased
Matt.
it about an hour ago.
Dude, it was. I'm gonna start by saying I've never had this experience in my life. It was a brand new experience for me in every way.
Getting
Okay.
a girlfriend.
Well, it has to do with my girlfriend.
Ooh.
So we had a date night last night.
Okay.
So I was at the grocery store. I pulled up to the grocery store because I was getting some snacks.
And just a quick reminder for everyone, she's from Nebraska.
Yeah, shout out to my lovely girlfriend, Brooke. I love you.
She's
You're
a mole.
probably one of the 3 people watching this.
Shout out.
She should watch it like multiple times. Or like, Brooke, watch it and then like listen to it.
Well,
too.
anyways, I want to hear Matt's story, too.
Okay, so I'm getting snacks for our date night. And I pull up to Albertsons. And there's a cool like yellow truck. I sent you guys all videos. I know I sent you and you videos of the yellow truck. It was like an old 70s.
You send me yellow truck.
No, it was yellow.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was
I'll
yellow.
take
It
a
was
look
like an
at
old 70s Ford. It was lifted. It was pretty clean. And so I said, okay, I'll park next to it. And I was driving my mom's car. It's a GMC Yukon. And so I pull up and I take a video of it, a subtle video. I don't think he notices. All he notices is because he's standing there putting groceries in it. And he notices that I'm looking at his truck or him. I don't know. Anyways, he like waves and I do like a little, hey, like, you know.
What's up?
Like
Yeah,
hi.
yeah.
Like hello.
Yeah, not like
Hey, I like your yellow
anything-
truck.
Not like, hey.
Like,
nothing
like,
like that.
You didn't start flirting with him or
Hey,
anything.
no, I didn't. And that's important to know.
Because he took it as flirting.
So I was about to get out and say, "Hey, nice truck, man," because he noticed I was like looking at his truck. Yeah, but before I could get out, he went to take his cart and put it away. So I thought, okay, I'll think nothing of it. And I walked in the grocery store and I said, well, he's gonna put his cart away. He's gonna leave, so he's probably gonna be long gone. And I wouldn't say I took too long, but I wouldn't say I rushed either.
You were in there for
So
maybe
5,
10 minutes,
10
right?
I was in there for
Something like
5
that?
minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes, I bet. And I come out and I see the truck just leaving the parking lot. I'm like, the first thing that comes to my mind is, I'm like, that's like weird. He took a while. Maybe his truck didn't start.
You're just queuing up music.
Yeah, doing some guy stuff, I hope.
Okay.
and I walk out to my car, to my mom's car, and I just gotten I just filled up a gas can of gas in the back. So I was checking to make sure it wasn't gonna fall over on the ride home. And I walk up to the driver's side door, and there's a note stuck in my handle. There's a note stuck in my handle. I'm like, well, has that been there? No, because when I open the door, it falls out. So someone must have just put it there. And I pull it out, open my door, and get inside before I read it. And so I read it. Okay, it says, "I'm gonna tell
Don't
you
you
what it
ever
says.
look at my truck
No.
ever again.
It says, "Hey, looking good, man. You buy."
Oh.
And on
Oh.
the back, it says yellow truck guy, and he left his phone number.
Oh.
What?
So what'd you tell him?
I'm not gonna call this guy.
Call him up on the podcast.
No,
Dude,
That's awesome.
no.
Dude.
It's, okay, it said, "Looking good, man!" Exclamation point. You buy, and then the other side, it said yellow
you still
truck
have the
guy.
note?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
sitting in
good,
my room.
good.
It's sitting in my room, and dude, I don't even. I sat there. I called my girlfriend. I was like,
Yeah, what was
what's
her
going on?"
reaction?
She was like,
Live it.
This
No,
is-
you're not.
awesome.
Call. You should just call and see what happens.
She was like, this is awesome. She was like, I told you you're cute. That's what she said. And I'm like, Brooke, I want to be attractive to girls, not guys. Like, specifically you, not him. Like,
Well,
I don't know if it's a compliment or not that guys find me attractive.
well, and Matt's 17 too.
I'm 17. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
how
would
old was this
say-
other guy, do you think?
20s?
I would say mid-20s.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Like, he had a beard. He had, like, facial hair.
Did
Good
you ever
luck.
have
Good facial
Was
hair.
it me?
Do you have tats?
I don't. He was wearing, like an Eddie Bauer pullover.
Ugh, Eddie Bauer.
I know.
What a gay.
I know. That's what I said. Freak.
I mean, someone who's bi would definitely drive a yellow truck.
It was like it was like a classic 70s Ford pickup.
It was,
Oh,
like,
okay.
Clean as
And
frick.
I was like, there's no way. Why is this I honestly thought it was a joke. But
So you hit
I
him
don't
up.
think it was a
And
joke.
you guys have dinner this week. And
No, I'm waiting. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but I don't think I'm gonna do that.
What if you hit him up and he's like, you want? What if he's gonna give you his truck for free?
Well, that's the voice in the back of my head saying maybe he's looking to sell it or something.
I don't think he'd say
I'll
ask
flirt
if
with
you're
them until I get a
bisexual.
Did he say
To
you
see.
buy like you bisexual or
no,
you
BY,
buy
right?
round?
Or BI?
UBI
Yeah, you buy.
question
Like,
mark.
are you buy?
Yeah, yeah.
Not are you
yeah.
not are you gonna buy my truck?
No.
You buy truck? He was Russian.
You-
He doesn't know the language.
It was you buy.
You buy? You what buy?
you buy. You buy.
It's all just a huge misunderstanding. he was like that
He's
guy's
like,
ugly,
no,
but he
you
looks
were
like he'd buy
supposed to
my
be.
truck.
Like literally for the next half hour after that happened, my mouth was open. I was like trying to process what just happened.
You're like, dang, I really am hot.
No,
buy.
I was distressed. I was like deeply distressed.
You
You're
were
like, man,
distraught.
do I?
The fact that in my lifetime so far, I have had a grand total of 0 girls randomly giving me their number, but one guy. That's not. That's a bad ratio, man.
Well, yeah, but you haven't had any boyfriends, though, have you?
No.
Okay, so
No.
we're fine. Yeah, we're
But
clean.
how come guys come up and give me the number? but
Guys
not
are more
Because guys
bold.
are confident with that
Guys
stuff.
are more bold.
Girls
come
will
right
not
up
come
to
to
you.
a guy and ask them. They're like, girls are like, no, I can't. That's girls.
I'm
just
imagining
don't.
this dude is like just enormous, like almost ripping out of his sweatshirt, just like humongous.
Dude, I
with
don't
a
think he was.
fed-
He was very average.
Oh,
Yellow truck guy.
yellow
Yeah.
truck guy.
Yellow
Yeah.
truck guy, this goes out to you.
I hope you're watching
Bless
the
up.
podcast.
Holy crap!
We should
And-
call him.
Please
I
don't.
should call him.
Make him a guest on our podcast.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, yellow truck guy is like a myth now. Like
Yellow truck
in our
guy.
myth
I'm
is-
gonna watch for this truck too now.
And
yeah,
then
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
go
like,
to Albertsons and look for him.
Did it have
Homeboy gay is free.
Did it have Montana plates on it?
I don't remember the plates. It's very much. I've only ever seen one truck that color and that style.
So he said, "Looking good, you buy
Yeah,
yellow truck guy."
Was it like banana yellow or was it like lime yellow?
it was like banana yellow.
It's like that faded
I sent
yellow
you a
color?
video.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's nice, dude. Nice. I'll go up to him. I'll see if he'll give me. He probably won't. I'll be like, hey, nice truck, and then I'll wait for the note to come, and then it probably won't. But
I mean, like I've been working out lately, but I'm not growing that much. Like, I was
I've
wearing a
been get-
t-shirt. I wasn't like.
the t-shirt was like threadbare. It was like almost about to rip.
I was like,
You're like, nice truck. It's like
I waited for him to look, and then I flexed in my mirrors.
just like busted the shirt. You're like, I got to go get groceries for my girlfriend. He's like, oh.
Just Matthew and Kenny getting jacked at the Y.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's the attention you get when you work out.
yeah.
I didn't expect results that quick.
I mean,
Man, wow.
wow, indeed.
I mean, I think
Anyways,
Matt has outscored us in
that's my story.
guys flirting with us. I don't think anyone's
I
flirted.
outscore you guys in every category.
Yeah,
for
you do.
relationships.
Up top, Matt, kill him dead. Those guys suck.
Well, you're part of those guys.
Shut up, and I don't want to hear it.
Those
I get
times
more
are
girls
these
and
times.
guys than you.
You are bi.
Yeah, exactly.
He guessed right.
You're 1 and 1.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay,
You know what
well,
we should talk about?
what should we talk
That
about?
one time Sam put a Lego figure up his butt.
Yeah.
I want to hear this whole story.
No.
Will you tell us after the podcast?
Sure.
I feel like
Okay.
maybe if we get Sam on, he might be willing to explain. get him on again
Yeah,
or
that'd
for
be
the first
interesting.
time for Rabbit
Yeah.
Trails.
Well, I told my story. Benaiah, do you have like a
Not
thing?
so much a story, but since we are looking for a little bit more structure in the podcast, we're gonna take turns
Thanks for what?
with the meat of the podcast.
Yeah.
And
Give us that
it's just
meat.
whatever catches our eyes. It can be some kind of topic. It could be a quiz. It could be the history of something. It could be a game.
It could be explaining how the podcast works right now.
And so
you're
that's
like,
what I'm talking. No,
Bye, guys.
Thanks for what?
So I was kind of just going around. I was thinking like, what interests me? What would be fun to like kind of dig up and
It's kind of a funny question.
exactly.
We should
And
just
so I
fake
was
end it
like-
right as Benaiah starts.
Well,
his
3 of
segment.
us for the first time this year have gotten into fantasy football.
Yeah.
Isaac, you're the odd man out here, I guess.
I
Suck it.
just didn't
But
feel like.
and I was kind of like, well, how did they do fantasy football? Pre-internet, because
The
like,
thing? It was all
yeah.
mail in. It was
I mean, kind of.
really.
Yeah, it started
us how,
back in
Benaiah.
It started in 1962, actually.
Are you
Dang,
serious?
really?
Uh huh. There
Wow.
was a guy, Wilfred Bill Winnebetch. He was a California businessman
more time?
who was with the Oakland Raiders. His name was Wilford Bill
What is it?
Winkenbach.
Oh, okay.
Winking.
I said it different both times,
All right.
but he
Alright.
started it with he was working with the Raiders, and he went to New York and he found another guy, and they made it a thing.
And now it's a
Now it's a-
$1 company.
That's it. No, it took a while for it to actually get going. It mostly just stayed in California for about the first 10 years or so. But then it started slowly spreading across the country. By 1980, there were a group of 6 students in Cleveland that founded the IFL, which was the indoor football. You guys are allowed to go on rabbit trails on this too.
Well, that's if we find one.
We're trying to listen.
Okay.
I like, we're intrigued.
You were yawning though.
No, we're just tired. It's 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it is.
On a
That's
Monday
an old,
morning. We're filming. Okay, so here's the fun fact. When we started our new rabbit trails, we are actually recording day of.
It's not a bit anymore.
It's not a bit anymore. No, it's not. We are recording day up. That is why it's dark outside. Still.
Yeah, trust me, bro. It's dark.
I don't like doing this early, but
it
they
sucks.
insisted on
But
it.
But I gotta get to work by 6.
it makes
so
better content.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all
It's
just
real
get
and raw and
real
relevant.
hyped up. Take a couple insulin. Wait,
Insulin. Yeah, my pancreas
like-
isn't working too.
dead over here.
Anyways,
Listening to Benaiah's story.
so 6 people in Cleveland, IFL.
Yeah,
What
they
is
started.
IFL?
It's called the Indoor Football League.
Yeah,
It
but, like,
was just
Is
the
it
group.
Just like
It was their fantasy league, is what it was
okay.
called.
It's not like actual football, just with a roof.
They
No.
just like took like the best players and then made teams out of them,
Mm-hmm.
and then they wear their own jerseys, and it's just like super confusing.
They're actually the FL's original members are still actively involved, and that league is actually still going.
Really?
IFL is?
Mm-hmm.
Is it on
40 years later. I'm assuming so.
So that was in the 80s.
Yeah, that
is-
was in 1980.
Wait, so fantasy football league, does it keep going year after year?
Yeah.
There's different types you can do because there's also like dynasty leagues where you can keep like a certain amount of your players year to year.
Oh, so they end after a dynasty then?
Hmm.
So, but
So
do you have
I
ones that
guess
just
so.
continue forever until you stop them?
I mean, I guess so because I know on even like the ones that John and I are in, it keeps track of your overall record.
That one time
Yeah,
when
mine's gonna be
um,
L.
Yeah, you're second to last right
that
now.
one time when Joe accidentally stopped the IFL league after 40 years.
What?
What?
Joe accidentally stopped the IFL league.
Okay.
Who's
so
Joe?
explain
Ended
the joke.
4-year run.
Who's Joe?
Never mind, guys.
So I think his joke was that like some dude named Joe just accidentally stopped it.
That's pretty
after
funny.
40 years, and it was just like a dynasty league, and he just kind of like shut it down, and it's all restart now after 40 years. Was that the joke?
Kinda. Something like that.
That's so funny.
So then in 1983, it started hitting the East Coast,
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
and
Bo.
the way they would, because this was still pre-internet, and so the way they would get the stats to see like who's winning, who's losing, whatnot, is they would call a TNT basketball sportscaster, and who was working in Atlanta, and he would like
Atlanta.
tell them what was going on and whatnot, and
That's kind of cool.
so they would straight up just like directly ask basically for like, hey, what's going on? So they could, get their
basketball
numbers all
player?
together. Yeah, just
Commentator?
but like a sportscaster though, so I guess he had the numbers there. That one's also still going but only 2 of the original members are still there.
They all dead.
Maybe.
It's like the Beatles.
I bet one of them was the founder of Segway, or the
He
CEO.
probably fell off the freaking edge.
He really fell off the
What
cliff.
an idiot.
So
Probably
then
died
in,
from a fantasy football player. Like an
he was probably-
imaginary guy. Just
he
kinda
was probably checking his fantasy team when he went off the cliff.
What if?
checking
What
his
if?
fantasy
What if
team.
he was the guy at the bottom and the Segway landed on him, and then that's how he died?
I'm thinking of that video of that car just like flying over the edge, just like him on his fantasy, just like on his on his car phone, just like yes, and then it's just off the edge.
Yeah. Okay. Who's starting? Who he got hurt? Okay. Let me.
No way. He's out? Are you kidding?
Well, he's got the car phone because it's the 80s, so he's got a car phone and then he has a notepad and he's writing what's
all
happening
right,
Exactly.
all right,
while
all right.
driving. So he's got
Honey,
the,
hold the wheel.
he's
And
got
there's
the
just no
phone
one there.
pin. He's got the phone pin between his shoulder and his ear, and he's got his notepad out, and he's,
And he has like his foot
he's
on the
steering
wheel.
with his knees. And
He's eating a sandwich too.
yeah, there you go.
And then he just flew off the edge. Did you know that the inventor of
Cars.
fantasy football fell off a cliff?
He invented fantasy football too.
I don't know.
I
Holy
don't know.
crap! What if he did?
But anyways,
Anyway,
In
man.
1997, CBS launched the first online fantasy football competition.
77? Is that what you?
No, 97.
No,
Did I say 77?
you did say
That's
something.
a little.
I
That's a
was
little
like,
early.
I was like,
Jeez,
that
I
was
didn't
3
know.
years before the other one you said.
That was like 10 years after it started.
That was like 10 years before the internet.
That's why I was confused. It was like it was online, but there was no internet yet. Huh.
So it was
97.
97.
There was no
CBS
line for
made
to
it.
be on.
Mm-hmm. And then all the other sports websites and whatnot followed suit. And Yahoo was the first website that
Dude, I hate
allowed free
Yahoo.
competition. You have to throw money in it. That's the one we use.
Mm.
And then the NFL finally started doing fantasy football of their own in 2010. It took them until then
2010?
to start their own fantasy football website.
Holy crap!
Wow.
It's only been 11 years.
That took a while.
I think
It's-
that's where the stats come from, though. Like the
Yeah,
the-
like directly from, yeah.
they come directly from their thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's estimated as of now about 60 million people play fantasy sports, 40 million of those being fantasy football.
It makes sense.
So
Mhm.
that's the most dominant one.
There's
Because
a lot of fantasy sports
I know
out
at
there.
least there's soccer, football,
Hockey.
There's a fantasy NASCAR league.
basketball.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
No,
stuff
there
like
is.
that.
I've looked at it before. I've never.
I'm
done
sure that'd be
anything with it.
harder to do though.
Well, the way you do that is you pick your team because it's still teams in NASCAR. You pick who you want on your, because like you have the, what is it? Anyway, yeah, but there's teams. The car,
Yeah.
they have owners and it makes.
So it's
teams.
just like the same kind of thing where you just like fill up your spots and then
Yeah.
whoever's not going that week, you put them out and whatever.
Yep.
We could start a league of our own and then get like, hey, if you guys want to join up,
Biscuit
viewers,
Studio Fantasy Football. You could have subbed.
yeah, the
If you're doing
Trey.
fantasy football, how
Dude,
much
Trey
effort
is
do you have to put?
dominating.
I know
Our
he's
fantasy
second
league.
place. What?
It doesn't take a lot of effort.
Oh.
Oh no, you just like have
No.
your guys on, check them once a week or maybe twice if you
Mhm.
get the alert.
Maybe
that
I mean,
they
just look
down.
at Trey. He didn't even draft his team. It was auto-drafted for him.
He has
Really?
such good
He's
players.
second
dude.
place. He's
clapping
second place
cheeks.
right now.
Who's first?
Hammy, because
Hammy.
Hammy's been doing it for years, and he's the
Yeah.
only one in the rookie league from the big boy league.
Hammy's the
Oh.
guy we play Ultimate Frisbee with. This is all just a group of people we play Ultimate Frisbee with on Sundays that we're a part of.
Frisbee boys. If you guys
Does
are
Trey
watching,
play on that fantasy league?
yeah,
Mhm.
He plays frisbee.
sometimes
He's been there like
come
3 times.
4 times, 3, 4
Yeah.
times, yeah.
And yeah, he's been clapping.
Like
Yeah.
me and Benaiah both lost to him. I think. Have you played him?
I
yet?
have not played him yet.
Okay, so I lost to him.
You got
he
like
doubled
you.
me.
He beat Josh this last week, who was doing really good.
He beat Josh by like 15, 20 points.
Yeah, he beat him pretty good.
He has 2 losses.
Yep, he's 7-2 right now.
He's
Yeah.
7-2, and Hammy's 8-1 or
Mhm.
7-2.
You know what made me happy in real NFL this
What made you
the
happy in real
Broncos
NFL
beat the
this
Cowboys.
They did.
They
I was
dominated them.
not
They
happy
did.
about that.
It was pretty fun.
I had the Cowboys defense, so
football.
yeah, dude. My
You
opponent's
wanted them
defense.
so badly.
So if you guys don't know, defenses start off with 10 points. However much ground they lose or gain or whatever is how many points they'll lose or gain.
Mhm.
So like a yard is like I think a tenth of a point. So 10 yards would be, a point.
Yeah.
So if they lose that many yards, it's minus on their 10 points that they have. And my team ended up getting I think like 6 points, which isn't bad. That's like normal.
Mhm.
And his team got 20. So
Oh, whose defense did he have?
I think I don't remember who he was, but
Oh.
they just clapped me. He doubled me again.
That's been happening to you a lot.
I got doubled 3 times
The
already.
sad thing is you're actually trying too. There's like Sam's team and Logan's team that like aren't even fully filled
And they
out.
have good players on their teams too,
Yeah, but
and they're just not touching them.
your team's you're just sad.
And the
Matt,
sad
what does
thing
your
is,
team look
I'm
like?
playing Logan this week, and
No
I'm
buenos.
supposed to beat him.
It's
But
like 50% though,
Really?
isn't it?
Yeah, my team sucks.
your
Oh.
team, I thought you had Brady.
I just don't do crap. I actually just traded Brady.
For what?
I don't remember.
Someone else,
Something.
some other white quarterback.
Well, you also took McCaffrey first, didn't you? And he's been
Yeah,
hurt. So
Yeah.
yeah, if McCaffrey's played like.
he's played like 5 games or something.
Levi told me a stat. He played like 16 games in the last 3 years or something like that.
Yeah, he's been hurt a lot, but when he's on
He's
there,
always
good.
hurt because he's always carrying his team.
Yeah,
But he's like the best wide receiver, right? Or
Running
whatever-
back.
Running back, whatever the
one
fuck
of
he
the
is.
best. Yeah. Fantasy football is, it's also, a lot of people gamble on it and whatnot.
Yeah.
And-
our league isn't we're the tiny boy league. We don't
Yep.
gamble on ours.
But what I found interesting is technically you're not allowed to in Montana.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Gambling technically illegal, so
What
you're going to jail.
What all is gambling
Frisbee
illegal on
boys.
in Montana?
Everything.
Is it everything?
We're the only state that gambling is a no-no.
We have casinos.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
No,
but
it's allowed. You're not allowed to bet on sports in Montana.
Yeah, you're allowed to
What
gamble.
are
on
they
casinos.
gonna do?
I'll arrest you.
No.
Put you in prison.
They're not
Then we'll call you prison wall.
Don't Don't bend over, Matt.
What Legos does he have in there?
Don't grab the soap.
He's got a baby Yoda.
Sam's gonna be in there with his Lego, just in the shower.
Give it to me.
Give it to me. This is mine.
Um,
Yeah, so don't gamble, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
yeah, because
End
you
up
can do
in
it in casinos. You're just not allowed to sport bet in Montana.
Yeah,
People do it, but nobody cares.
whatever, I guess. I'm not their daddy.
There's got to be other states that you're not allowed to do that.
No, I think ours is the only one.
Matt, Benaiah, you look it up.
What's
Can-
up?
Look up what states you're allowed to gamble on
It's
sports.
only Montana that's
Really?
you're not allowed to.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Why?
Montana has a couple weird ones like that.
Montana, you're also allowed to hang someone if they steal your cattle.
Nice.
You're allowed
I
to do
hope
that.
someone steals your cows, John.
John, can I steal your cow so we can hang someone?
But I like the Isaac Special Secrets. Like I remember that rope in the tree,
In the tree.
in the
And
tires,
the tires.
And the cows,
and the cows,
they're gone now.
and me dangling
From the tire.
swing.
From the tire. though.
Yeah.
Holy frick.
What?
Is it that bad?
There's no
I
buenos.
kind of laughed at it that
For those of
way.
you on Spotify, John farted.
I don't smell it.
Guys, one thing I really like doing lately is like saying toot and silly and yummy.
You're like a 5-year-old again.
Yeah, dude, it's hilarious.
I tooted, guys.
It's like when your dad tries to embarrass you by saying, "Oops, I tooted,"
But that's so silly, Dad.
and then now I'm doing it.
Are you a dad?
No,
You say toot, silly, and yummy.
Matt.
but like,
You and Yellow Truck Guy have a son.
no, but like, oh man, I tooted. Isn't that hilarious? That's way
Oh,
funnier than,
dude.
oh, I farted.
Oh, geez,
Yeah.
I
I,
just crap my pants.
I just let loose the biggest toot you'll ever hear.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
What is it, shucks
Tooted.
or silly?
Shucks.
Oh, that's
Silly.
pretty-
Oh,
You're so
fiddlesticks.
Oh,
silly.
that's silly of me.
You
I let
silly
loose the
goose.
biggest freaking toot
That's,
ever.
that, oh man, that was really yummy.
That was a yummy toot.
No,
Matt.
that's what I thought you were saying.
Such a
No.
silly
You're
just like,
toot.
Yummy.
Matt, you're such
Yummy.
a silly guy.
Yummy.
You know what I mean? It's way better. I'm gonna be an awesome dad.
Silly mother.
Smell my yummy farts. My yummy toots.
That was a silly yummy toot.
You're like the fart. You're the toot monster.
The fart doctor.
Guys, you know who we haven't talked about in ages?
Who have
No.
we not
The
talked about
poopy
ages?
man.
I was actually thinking
Oh.
about him earlier when I came in. I looked up in his abode. And I was like, I wonder if he
His
still
abode.
if he still thinks about us.
the tootie man.
That tootie man.
Whose
That's his
creature
little
was
cousin.
Horatio?
That
What's
was
up?
yours.
That wasn't mine.
That was Benaiah's.
What was mine's name? He was like a Trojan guy, and he wore a diaper.
I don't know.
Yeah, something.
I don't remember.
We all had
Wrapping up
some.
fantasy football though, I thought it'd be interesting to see some of the highest scores, like
Oh,
who
then we
put
can
up
guess,
those points and
yeah.
whatnot. So on my 9th birthday, Michael Vick, he threw for 333 yards, 4 touchdowns. He ran for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oh my gosh.
Guess how many points he scored?
100.
Like, dude, that was at least 49.3.
Oh, you nailed that. That's crazy.
Well, the thing is, I'm a big fantasy football nerd.
Yeah, you knew that off the top of your head.
9.3 points.
Yeah, you put up 49.3 points.
Oh,
That's like as many points as your entire team put up this past week,
Why
John.
point? Wait.
freaky.
Yeah,
Because of yards thrown and passed. Because it's
I
per
guess I
yard.
don't understand how fantasy football's.
Yeah.
So like it's.
I don't. It's okay. You don't have to explain it. I'll just play next year.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
In the,
John
in the
and I
league,
still
you
kind of
guys
have no
can
idea.
play in too.
Yep, in the Biscit Studio League, $200 entry fee.
Yeah, and you don't get that back.
But
the
if you
gambling's
win,
different.
you get $10.
Well, it's actually not gambling. You just pay us to enter, and then
Yeah.
we keep all the money.
Yeah,
And
and,
then
then you
we-
can buy merchandise later.
But if you do join, me and Benaiah are drafting first, and whoever on the Biscuit Studios team,
Yeah,
are all
we're drafting first.
Our whole team's first before.
And then I guess we can let the fans go too if
I
they want.
suppose. Yeah.
No, they're just on auto draft. we have to set up all the teams first. We just give them all the crappy players.
That'd be kind of funny.
But that was not the highest scoring player. That was just the highest scoring quarterback. I want you to guess how many points the highest scoring player has
At
put
least
up.
49.4.
Dude, that was at
At least.
least 63.4.
Yeah, that's a little closer. That's not it though.
Give it a guess, Isaac.
All right, so
No, shut up, Benaiah.
69.69.
69.420.
well, exactly 3 years and 1 month after that day, Jamal Charles, he was a running back.
Jamal.
Jamal, he was from Texas.
Jamal.
He ran for 20 yards and
What?
1 touchdown. He also had 8 catches, 195 receiving yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns.
What the frick?
He's a running back.
What happens in this? Is this like one game that he got all these?
Wait,
Yes, this is
wait,
one
how
game.
the frick did he do that as a running back? What the?
He put up.
Is he still playing?
No, he retired a couple years ago.
Come on,
He
Jamal.
put up 59.5 points.
Holy
Frick
cow.
me, dude. That was literally what I scored.
He was a running back.
I scored.
and he barely even ran.
He ran for 20 yards. What a
20 yards
frickin-
and a touchdown.
And then he was just freaking a wide receiver the whole time.
pretty much, yeah.
Like Odell
that was
Beckham.
he was on the Chiefs and they beat the Raiders.
So
Pretty
hard.
good that one.
What was the score at the end of that game?
Oh man, I want to say it was like 49-10 or something. I'd have to double check.
God.
But
The one time the Seahawks stomped the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
What was that? Was that like the biggest blowout in Super Bowl history or something like that?
one of the biggest. The biggest one
Oh, it
was
was so
55-10, also against the Broncos.
Who was playing that one?
The biggest blowout?
Yeah.
That was 49ers over Broncos.
Ah.
That's kind of funny that the Broncos just
The Broncos have been on the worst end. Oh, that game actually ended Chiefs 56, Raiders 31.
How long has it been? How long has
Dang.
it been since the Cowboys have beat the Broncos?
4
Have
years?
beat them?
It's
Uh,
been like
I think they
9
beat
years,
them 4 years ago. I
In-
think so.
in
Well, maybe
the-
not.
the Look. I thought it was something like it hasn't been.
Weren't
done
they in
since,
the Super Bowl like 4 years ago?
the Broncos and the Cowboys?
Yeah.
No, not
together?
neither. The
No.
Broncos were in the Super Bowl like 6 years ago.
Was that 6 years ago?
No,
was
it
2015.
wasn't.
really.
Stop. I remember them talking about it in youth group.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember them being like, if you like the who was it? Who was playing?
I don't know.
The Panthers and the Broncos.
Yeah, they were all for
Who
the
won?
Broncos, I think.
Was it the Broncos? They had Peyton Manning, right?
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, what a guy. He still like does State Farm crap.
Yeah, with
Really?
what is?
Oh
his
yeah,
face?
Isaac, you're right. It's the Cowboys haven't beat the Broncos since 1995.
Nice.
That's over
Dang.
10 years.
That's a
Yeah.
long time.
That is a
That's over. That is over 10 years. That's
Th-
crazy.
Just
Might even
about.
be more than that. I don't think that's cool. I think the
95?
Broncos
Yep.
need to get
That was
beat.
last time Cowboys won a Super Bowl too. So
Are you serious?
last time they even went.
No.
Were they against the Broncos in the Super Bowl?
No, I think that was against the Steelers.
And they lost.
No, they won.
They won?
Yeah.
Oh, but they haven't. they haven't
When was the last time they played the
oh my
Broncos?
word.
This past week.
Yeah, they played them
Did they
last
win?
week. No, they. The
No, Denver dominated.
Denver,
them.
yeah,
Denver was up
destroyed
30-0 with 6 minutes left in the game.
them. Yeah.
They could recover.
Yeah, but they
Yeah, they'll be
didn't.
good. Do we have any final words, comments, reactions?
I really do think we should make that league, and I think if you guys really want to,
If by next fall you guys
$200
are
entry
interested,
fee.
hopefully we
Yeah.
can get a bigger audience and get bigger money.
yeah,
And you guys can pay us.
$5,000 entry
First,
fee.
you have to be at least $20 a month or more on Patreon to join. But then it will also be a $200 entrance fee that will go directly to our pockets.
yeah, and then if you want any of the good players, you're gonna have to pay for them.
Yes, it's at least going to be every round. It's going to go down $10, but it will start out at $1,000
Yeah,
to get a first round good player.
yeah. If you want somebody like Odell Beckham, you can have them, but besides that, just anybody good in money.
Yes, because we are generous
Yeah,
and want you to be generous too.
yeah.
Thanks for watching the Rabbit Trail.
Thanks for joining
Any
us on
closing
the second
remarks,
episode of
Matt?
Rabbit Trails.
To the yellow truck guy.
You have anything?
Yellow truck
A
guy.
message for the yellow truck guy?
No.
Just
Matt-
text him this podcast.
Matt is not by.
I'm
Is
gonna
he?
text him.
This podcast.
No, me and Berg are planning on texting him together and messing with him.
This text.
You
him,
just-
and then
you just
after
send
you're
the number
done.
to
Yeah,
Brooke
I'll
and if
send him
Brooke
the
texts him.
podcast.
Yeah, send him the podcast.
How
Hey,
are
if you're
you?
the yellow truck guy, subscribe. We love you.
That'd be
Yeah.
hilarious.
Hit us
None-
up.
Actually, yeah.
None of us are bi, but you know,
That was so sad.
the podcast will love you back.
Yeah.
Kisses.
Bye.
Bye.
For watching.
Bye, Brooke.
Man, I hate our
love you.
listeners. Yeah, we did it last time.
Oh man, I hate her.